don't shop for anything on Capitol Street. Let's let the merchants down on Capitol Street feel the economic pinch. Let me say this to you. I had one merchant to call me, and he said, I want you to know that I've talked to my national office today, and they want me to tell you that we don't need nigger business. Stores that help to support the White Citizens Council, the council that is dedicated to keeping you and I second-class citizens. So let us not trade at these stores. Let's urge our friends, our relatives, our neighbors, not to trade at these stores. Now, finally, ladies and gentlemen, and this is final, we'll be demonstrating here until freedom comes to Negroes here in Jackson, Mississippi.
Let me make it clear that Medgar was a pioneer in the civil rights movement. He was there at a time when the media did not find it exciting or worth reporting. I am driven to this day to see that people know who he was and remember what he did. Threats, the danger, made life so precious to us. Very seldom did we ever part without saying, I love you, and certainly without embracing each other.
Prophetically, at an NAACP gathering in Jackson on June 7th, Evers told the crowd, I love my children and I love my wife, and I would die and die gladly if that would make a better life for them.
Medgar called home and said, I love you with all my heart. And that was unusual for him to show that kind of emotion in the heat of everything. So tonight, kids stayed up. He stayed at the office after a meeting, came home, was on his way home, and we heard the car, the motor of the car, and the kids were sitting on the floor. President Kennedy had already spoken. The kids were watching something else. They said, that's Daddy, that's Daddy. And I was on the bed with a baby who was 3 years old, and pulled in the driveway and the sound of the shot. I rushed to the door. The children did as they had been told by him. They found the safest place in the house, which was the bathroom and the tub, and they were pulling their little brother in there and went outside, and there it was. After all of these years, it is as vivid to me as it can be. All the blood, Medgar's efforts to pull himself around to the door with his keys in his hand. It's there, it'll never go away.
Evers was murdered. The fatal bullet was fired from a vacant lot across the street from Evers' home, crashing through his body and through the window of his home. Evers, who considered himself a soldier in the cause for human rights, had said he was ready to die for that cause. He died a soldier's death. As a veteran of World War II, he was buried in Arlington National Cemetery.
The first trial ended. Beckwith was welcomed home with a parade all along the highway from Jackson to Greenwood. The atmosphere was different. This man ran for lieutenant governor along with the prosecutor who prosecuted him in the case. You know, that kind of combination that you had there. So
it was reopened in 1989 after 26 or 27 years.
The murder weapon, which they said did not exist, was found in the judge's attic.
Really? The judge who was presiding?
Yeah, who had presided.
Oh, had presided in the first?
Mm-hmm. Who was a former father-in-law of the young district attorney.
Oh my goodness.
Assistant district attorney.
That connection.
Uh-huh.
Wow. And he kept it as a souvenir.
Yep.
You know, nobody has had any trouble with Martin Luther King since they put him in the coffin. You see? Well, same thing happened to Medgar.
Dear God, I don't know what the verdict's going to be, but I've done all I can. I don't know what else to do. My grown children were not snoring, but they were purring. And it took me back to when they were little kids. When Medgar would come in tired and worn, and we would go in the bedroom and look at them. And sometimes I would just leave him there, just sitting with them. And the judge asked if they had reached a verdict, and they said yes. And he even looked at the paper, and the verdict was read guilty. I've never had that feeling in my life. It was as though all of the negativity, all of the ghosts, just flew out of every pore of my body. It was almost like seeing it do.
We fought for Alabama, we fought for North Carolina, we fought for Illinois, and we fought for every state in this union.